first, I'd like to introduce our first speaker, the Deputy Director of Berkeley Lab's Molecular Foundry, Branden Brough. Branden is the Deputy Director and is responsible for the development and implementation of strategies and policies that ensure the efficient and effective support of the Foundry's mission, which a lot of those things, of course, align with your goals as well. So Branden, please take the stage here, and we're excited to hear more about your user facility.
Yeah, thanks so much. And really, this is a great event, and I look forward to interacting with all of you out there and showing off what the Foundry has to offer. So let's see if I can get this to work. There we go. So this is a beautiful picture of the Molecular Foundry perched high above the Bay Area in the Berkeley Hills. And so just a little bit of orientation. We are one of 5 nanoscale science research centers. So there are similar systems and programs at Oak Ridge, Sandia, Los Alamos, Brookhaven, and Argonne. So we would love for everyone to come to Berkeley, but of course, we wanted to make sure that you're aware of those resources as well. So first off, what is a nanoscale science research center? Well, nanoscale science, sometimes people think nanotechnology, sometimes people have certain ideas of what that might mean. In general, if you're interested in understanding or working on things that are absurdly small, we're into it. So really don't worry too much about strict definitions of nanoscience or nanotechnology. So those of you who do understand or have a little bit of background in this area, you know that nanoscience spans all types of science: biology, chemistry, physics, engineering, material science. I could go on, right? And so the NSRCs and the Molecular Foundry are really all about trying to put all the tools as well as all the expertise you might need all under one roof. So whether you are interested in using a tool, whether you're interested in just picking our brain, more oftentimes it's a combination of both, we're here to help. So this is the Molecular Foundry from the other side. You will see that we are broken up into 7 distinct technical facilities. This is for various reasons, but really for you guys to really understand what it is that we can offer. And I think that the best way to think about it is that we can make materials in our synthesis facilities, everything from hard to soft materials, bio-inspired materials. We can then characterize them, look at them using any number of various probing microscopes, all sorts of various techniques. We can integrate them in our nanofabrication, our clean room. And of course, we can try to understand them from a theoretical side. We have our own supercomputer and theory group. So again, kind of this one-stop shop for understanding materials, devices, systems, atom by atom, molecule by molecule. And of course, since we are a knowledge-based user facility where we offer more than just tools, I wanted to just do a quick kind of shout out to our wonderful staff. We have roughly 50 full-time researchers on staff that when you become a user of the Foundry, these people essentially join your team. They are not simply a technician to turn a crank and point you in the direction of a tool, but they are there to be a part of your team to see your success in whatever scientific endeavor you have. Now at the Foundry, we've got, well, this doesn't look like it presented exactly how it should, but in general, in the before times, we would have roughly 1,000 people physically show up at Berkeley and work within our laboratories. You can see that in fiscal year 20, we were down a little bit in light of the pandemic. But the real important thing here is that we have consistently been between 10 to 15% of all the people who show up are coming from industry, almost entirely from small businesses. You can understand small businesses trying to get a foothold and really understand the science that governs whatever it is that they are trying to develop. I like to say that we're there to work in that pre-competitive space to make sure that what you're trying to do does not violate the laws of physics. So really quickly, when you become a user of the Foundry, you get access for 12 months. That means you can do whatever you want in our labs with our people for 12 months. And this is a quick survey that we did, and you can see the productivity of our businesses who have come and worked for us. So this represents after a 12-month project, you're seeing IP developed, roughly $2 million on average of funds raised. You can imagine, what the scientific credibility can lend to a pitch meeting, right? Creating jobs and scientific publications. Again, I just want to emphasize nanoscience, it can affect all industries. And so these are a couple of different areas in which current users are applying the scientific tools that we offer to various products that really span everything from biomedical to upcyclable plastics, PV, batteries, all sorts of really cool things. So I wanted to highlight very quickly 3 different companies. So 2 of which are probably ones that you haven't heard of, A-Beam and Xtherma. They're small to medium-sized companies. And you can see that they are gaining tremendous value from partnering with the Foundry, partnering with the National Lab. But this is not exclusive to just small companies. Large companies also de-risk a lot of their long-term investments, such as Dow. So very quick on the nuts and bolts. As I said, when you apply to the Foundry, you get 12 months of access. That is requested through a short proposal process. It's only 2 or 3 pages long. It is peer reviewed, much like a grant proposal. And you can use that 1 year however you like. Most people set up shop, frankly, and it's free. That's one thing is say, hey, this seems too good to be true. It is indeed free. The payback to the federal government is simply that you are publishing, or at least willing to publish something that's publishable. And that in turn fuels the kind of knowledge-based infrastructure of this country. So I wanted to say that there's a number of various resources that we have. We even have a specific web page for industry users, which is linked there, and I think it's going to be sent around. Please do reach out to any one of our scientists, reach out to me if you have any questions. And just leave you with this quote from one of our industry users talking about the significant economic engine that is the Molecular Foundry to really spur on industry and to really help you achieve whatever goals you might have. So happy to stick around, answer questions, both in this session as well as afterwards.